A letter I'll never send to my wife about why we never truly understood each other. I wrote this recently, trying to understand what went wrong. It's not something I'll send, but maybe it helps someone else feel less alone. I hope it means something to someone or helps them feel seen. The Tree and the Bowl. To my wife. One of the biggest reasons it has always been so difficult for us to truly get along is because we see the world completely differently. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. There are billions of people on this earth, and countless more who have ever lived, each one their own person, living a life that could never be exactly replicated. Even the weather sometimes matters. Everything matters. And so we are different. From what I understand, you move through the world with your eyes closed, feeling everything, making your decisions based on the feeling that rises inside you. It's not about me. It's about what something makes you feel, and your body seems trained to believe you are about to be hurt. You brace for it. You have always braced for it. In the beginning, you were scared. Later, you became reluctant. Then you told me that you simply wanted to oppress people, and you thought I was making you submissive, because that's what you believed I desired. After that, it became hate. The fundamental problem between us is that you often develop strong feelings before sentences are even finished. It means you are not reacting to what I say. You are reacting to the feeling you already had. And over time, those feelings that once sometimes softened, now only sharpen. They go from bad to worse. At our core, we are different. When you speak, I try to listen to everything, to blend it all together, like ingredients in a chili. Each one matters. Each flavor influences the whole. I try not to add emotions that aren't already there. I try to experience what is, before deciding what it means. But you feel early, quickly, deeply. And when you feel something, it becomes immovable. It becomes reality. You truly believe I want to suppress your voice, when I only ever wish to quiet it, to soothe it. The two things are not the same. I live inside the moment, inside the totality of what is being said. And I haven't always been good at it, but I have always tried. Now, I'm simply better at it. I don't think my way of being is better than yours. In fact, I believe your way is deeply important for human survival. Feeling so quickly, so intensely, it protected us once. I only wish whatever happened to you hadn't left you trapped in survival mode. Because you were already living inside it when I met you. You've told me so, not in those words, but through the stories you shared, the way you flinched from life. And the pain you carry, it is not your fault. It's like having a fever, not something you chose, but something your body had to do in order to survive what was happening to it. I have never judged you for this. I could never judge anyone for surviving. You say I am emotionless. But I feel everything. I just do not become what I feel. You feel a wave and ride it, and it carries you where it will. I feel a wind pass through my leaves. And when the wind is gone, I am still. There is nothing wrong with either way of being. I only wish you had been given a bowl filled with love before I ever found you. Because if you had, I would have made it overflow for the rest of your life. But now, somehow, I can't even convince you that I ever tried. Let me analyze this story for you. This piece, The Tree and the Bowl, reads like a love letter never sent, but also like a quiet elegy for a relationship that collapsed under the weight of emotional misalignment. It's haunting, introspective, and composed with restraint that makes the hurt even sharper. It's not a confession or a plea, it's a final sorting of emotional truths after years of trying to bridge an unbridgeable gap. And like all stories of emotional disconnection between two people who once loved each other, it is devastating in its stillness. At its core, this is a story of incompatible emotional languages. The narrator lays out the difference with metaphor and clarity. One partner moves through the world as a tree, steady, rooted, reacting slowly and with intention. The other is like a wave, emotional and immediate, experiencing the world through sensations that strike and stick before thought can intervene. These aren't framed as faults, just truths. The narrator is not bitter, just tired and mournfully aware that their attempts to connect were never perceived as connection. What makes the story powerful is its compassion. There is no attempt to villainize the wife, even as the narrator acknowledges the pain she caused. In fact, he seems to understand why she hurt him. She lives in survival mode, flinching from life, expecting pain even in safe moments. Her emotions arrive fully formed, often before words do. And though this frustrates him, though it likely destroyed the relationship, he still writes, I have never judged you for this. I could never judge anyone for surviving. That line alone is enough to crack your chest open. This is not a story about blame. It's about misunderstanding, deep, persistent, gut-level misunderstanding. The narrator tried to communicate, tried to listen to every flavor in the chili, tried to be still and rational and gentle. But the partner did not experience that as love. She experienced it as suppression, as coldness, as emotional distance. Her nervous system, honed by trauma or early damage, perceived even gentleness as a threat. And over time, that misreading hardened into resentment, then rejection, then hate. The narrator's heartbreak is not loud. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, tired, suffused with a kind of grief that comes only after you've accepted there's nothing else you can say to be understood. The most painful line might be, "I only wish you had been given a bowl filled with love before I ever found you. Because if you had, I would have made it overflow for the rest of your life." There is no anger in that. Only longing. He is not angry that she was broken, he's devastated that she couldn't accept his love because of the break someone else gave her. It's a story about the limits of love. About how love can try and still fail when people speak different emotional dialects. The narrator didn't lack affection. He lacked access to her feelings, to her perceptions, to the place inside her that could believe in calm. This kind of misalignment is tragic because it isn't anyone's fault. It's two lives colliding at the wrong angles. One person finds meaning in stillness. The other finds survival in intensity. Neither is wrong. Neither is right. But together, they destroy each other, not violently, but slowly, through misunderstanding, mistrust, and the feeling of being invisible even while trying your hardest to be seen. Stylistically, the writing is elegant but raw. The metaphors, the tree, the bull, the chile, the wave, are grounded and beautiful, never overreaching. They carry emotional weight without melodrama. The piece reads like someone who has spent years trying to put words to what went wrong, and finally found a way to do it that doesn't attack, but still tells the truth. And maybe that's what this piece is really about, the loneliness of loving someone who doesn't experience the world the way you do, and the quiet dignity of letting them go when you realize your love can't reach them, not because it wasn't enough, but because they never had a place to hold it. This isn't a letter. It's a farewell. And a gentle one.